Hey everyone, welcome to the accumulation data analysis for 4th of June. Extremely bad day for the investors as well as traders also. Most of them would have lost money, right? So let's see what the data tells us and how one should play the market from here on, right? So first, let's see what happened today. That is, we'll start with the VIX. So the India VIX actually spiked up. So why did it spike? So the exit polls predicted that we were going to, the uh, ruling party was going to win with absolute majority up close to, let's say, 360, 370. But that was not the case by the minute the market actually started, right? It was quite neck to neck, and even till now, although the counting is not complete yet, it is still neck to neck, and you don't know which party would be forming the government, right? Because in NDA probably there are these parties which can swing either sides, so the market is also not sure what is going to happen. That was the reason we saw like probably the biggest market crash after, let's say, the COVID times, when we saw like Nifty falling like crazy. Today was very similar to that. Nifty ended close to 6%, small mid caps almost 8%. In between, the small caps had gone to a level of almost 12% in a day, right? Which is, I mean, probably after COVID, you would have never seen something like this happening. So why did this happen, right? So one thing is, if the BJP does not come back to power with a full-fledged majority, it is going to be very difficult for them to pass new bills, right? So that is one, because they are going to face opposition. Second thing is, people are not clear if they are the ones going to form the government, because the market had factored in that BJP is going to come back, and the premium valuations that they were getting was based on this. Now all that kind of goes out of the window. Whatever capex plans and all these stocks which were trading at expensive P because of the capex plans, all that is having a big question mark, right? So due to that, the market had a panic drop today, right? So let's see what the data is saying. India VIX, definitely it spiked up because even people are not sure who is forming the government. So India VIX up almost close to 28% today. It closed around 26.7, right? Now coming to the Nifty analysis, Nifty after opening gap down in the first 15 itself, it made a big red candle, and after that a small bounce came in, because that is when the BJP numbers were kind of moving higher. But then once the market kind of realized that it is going to be neck to neck, that is when the big drop happened. Although in the second half you can say that there was a very small recovery that took place, but nothing really significant, I would say, after falling 6 odd percent. Usually, if there is no real good news by the end of the today or by tomorrow morning, probably some more pain would be there for the market in the coming session as well. Now the daily candle, it has clearly broken out of this parallel channel thing, so that does not matter as of now. But good thing is, it kind of took support at the 30 WMA line that you are seeing, and it bounced, right? So it has bounced, and it has actually closed above the horizontal line that I have drawn around that 21,800 mark, which is also, the bulls will kind of like that, because it has not broken that major support. Once that is broken and 30 WMA line is broken, definitely you'll see more pain, and that is going to happen if BJP is not forming the government. It is going to break that. So we have to wait and see if that happens. I doubt that will happen, but you can never tell in politics what is going to happen. The large cap accumulation stays around that same level, so the big guys have kind of bought in, probably the DIs who kind of bought in the second half, and then push the market higher. So the best performing sector today was the FMCG sector. Like I had told you in the previous videos also, these are defense sectors wherein defensive names wherein the money actually starts moving in when there is panic all around, right? Because FMCG is something that, irrespective of whether the economy moves up, moves down, whoever runs the government, people are still going to eat, right? So that is the reason usually people start moving into safer bets like FMCG, and that was the reason this index was up 1% when everything else was down. So now coming to Bank Nifty, again this has also broken down. It has gone below this parallel channel support, probably taking support around that 46,300 mark, right? So everything depends on how the latest news that we hear tomorrow, or let's say today evening. Now coming to the mid cap analysis. So the mid cap again, here one good thing is at least the mid cap chart, it again took support of that 30 WMA line and it has bounced, right? You see the pretty long wick at the bottom. And one more good thing is it has kind of not broken the support. It has around that 48,750 mark, right? But if you look at the data is actually a little lesser than what we saw yesterday. So what do we do in such cases? Because yesterday I told you that the big guys have gone out there and bought, and today the data is on a little lower side. See, even the big guys were not anticipating something like this. But one thing I have seen, whenever there is like good accumulation, they are going to wait. Probably they feel that the NDA is still going to make a government. So once that is done, probably you will see the recovery coming in. So once the recovery comes in, that is when they are going to exit all these positions that they have built yesterday and today, right? So in case if that does not happen, it will still latch on to some good news, or they would, let's say, average it down so that their buying price kind of comes down, and in that one final push they will kind of exit the market, right? So this is what is going to happen. As a retail investor, what you can do is, if you're still sitting on cash, continue to be on cash. If you're trying to buy something new, right, wait for a proper reversal at least on a daily candle and then kind of jump in. Don't be in a hurry to kind of just jump in at whatever level you want, because you never know based on the news. But if there is clear news that okay, let's say the India government is forming the government again, then definitely it makes sense to go out there and buy, or let's say average it down. Now coming to the distribution, so the distribution has spiked up like crazy, right? Probably few of these guys, let's say the PMS fellows, or let's say liquid funds, all these have kind of just sold because they thought that probably they would make a much bigger loss if they kind of held it. So that is the reason you are seeing almost 400 is the level on the distribution data, like the highest that we have seen, right? So not looking that great, although the accumulation is kind of okayish. The distribution data for small and mid caps is kind of pretty big. If you look at the small cap analysis, it has kind of broken down to, there is no support as of now for the small cap index except for the 30 WMA line. So if in case the 30 WMA line is also broken, then chances are we kind of go lower from there, right? But the small cap accumulation data is pointing at a pretty solid accumulation. So here you are seeing good accumulation also and very strong distribution also. In such cases, you are going to be with those stocks where the accumulation is there, and also wait for the market to settle and then take a position. Don't just randomly take a position. Wait for the market to settle or start moving higher, then you would want to jump in and trade this momentum. Okay, so that is it for today. I would still wait for tomorrow, whatever developments are happening today evening or tomorrow, and see how the market is reacting. The FIs are definitely not going to like if, let's say, the India does not come into power. If they still come back into power, there will be a big question mark on how long this is going to last, because the two big parties that are there with the India right now, those are not really reliable and they can break off any moment, right? So let's see how the data is tomorrow, and also how the price action is. So we'll be combining both and then looking at how to play this market. As of now, if you're still sitting on cash, continue being on cash until you see a very strong price action happening and then jump in. Hope this helps. Thank you.